Yesterday I talked about the 7 hats of HR. Now I like to present to you the 7 hates of HR. 7 dimensions on which HR people are not liked or hated. I'm not the only one to say. I think there are a number of people who have been talking about it. I think a few years ago, a very interesting article on why we hate HR appeared. And recently, during COVID time, also a similar article has appeared somewhere. So, I wish HR people extricate themselves from these 7 points of hatred. And that is the purpose with which I am giving these 7 hates. The first hate, or why people hate HR, is because they consider HR people as selfish and keep changing jobs. Why they expect everyone to be engaged. HR people are known to be shifting their jobs at the drop of the hat. At one of the points of time in India, some of the cities in India are known as hopping cities for HR people. The second hatred comes from being considered as bureaucratic, legalistic, inhuman, and procedure driven. This comes from the administrative functions and legalistic functions largely performed by HR people. No administration or legalistic function can make everyone happy. But even if a few people are unhappy, I think it is enough to spread this kind of an image. So try and see if you are considered for any reason bureaucratic, legalistic, procedure driven, and not care for people. That is what makes them feel inhuman. The third hate comes from HR being perceived as treating people as unequal by treating everyone as equal. They normally say that we have a policy. In the mind of the policy, everyone is equal. But unfortunately, people are not equal. Every human being is born with different kind of a setup. They have different needs. They have different kind of makeup, and so on. Agreed that you can't take care of the needs of everyone, but I think you should, if you want to get the best out of people, you should be able to have heterogeneous policies. I have for years argued that days of uniform policies are gone. You have to treat every human being as a possibility, as an important kind of person. But unfortunately, I think the HR people, due to their overemphasis on KRAs, return of things on time, and overemphasis on statistics and numbers, they get a feeling that you treat human beings as numbers and you don't treat them as equal. Human beings are more dynamic, different, changeable, can do a hell of a lot. The fourth hate comes from the feeling that some people carry that HR are stooges of top management. They are employer champions and not employee champions. Because at the drop of the hat, they only present the employer point of view, and very rarely they present the employee point of view to the employers. The fifth hate comes from the power centricity derived from the position and closeness to the top, not from the knowledge. I only wish HR people draw their power internally on the basis of continuous learning, knowledge they acquire, and benchmarking they do. The sixth hate comes from lack of compassion, empathy, and moral courage to call spade a spade. I think what is important for HR people is to develop a high degree of moral consciousness, ethical consciousness. I have known many people who take oaths on conflict of interest that they will make sure they will not undertake any work of conflict of interest whenever they go to professional bodies, but they do precisely opposite in terms of their own behavior in the marketplace. So that is the reason why it is very important HR people should derive the power out of their internal worth, their competence in continuous learning. The seventh hate comes from the fact they are highly perceived as materialistic. They treat human resources merely as resources, not as human. For them, numbers are important. For them, money is important, positions are important, size of the room is important, facilities given are important. So they are highly materialistic in terms of measuring human contributions all the time in materialistic terms, and not in the spiritual terms, in terms of the soft dimensions. For example, they have totally neglected the intellectual capital part of organizational performance, and they vie with each other for the money saved in accepting a particular tender to implement HR system as against another tender, rather than looking at how much of spirits they have lifted up in the company, how much of intangibles, how much of talent they have been able to create, how much of passion they have been able to create in this company, and so on. So, friends, these are just illustrative 7 hates of HR. I think if you are a HR person, please check if you happen to have, if you happen to be subject to any one of these hates in even in a few people around you in your own company. It is important for you to periodically survey the kind of feelings that you are generating in the minds of people whom you are supposed to be serving. All the best from TVR Less. Hope you will come out of these hates and then start using particularly the last 3 or 4 hats that I have talked of in my previous talk. Thank you very much. All the best.